Hi everyone, my name is Tener Rogers and this is a short restorative practice devoted to and designed for moms. And as a mom myself, I know that a lot of our energy is spent caring for other people. And so today I'm excited that you're here for this practice and taking a little time for yourself so that you can create a little bit more space in your body. Have a moment to reduce your stress and breathe yourself full again. So what would be lovely is if you have some props. If you don't, that's okay too. But you can see I've brought two big pillows to the mat. So those will be nice to use toward the middle and end of this class. I'll move those to the side. And if you have a couple blocks, that'll be a nice way to modify what we're doing today too. And then if you have sensitive knees, it'll be nice to have a blanket. But we're going to start all the way down on our backs. So go ahead and come back on your back. Have the knees bent, feet flat. And take the feet wider and let the knees come together. So you really don't even have to have any holding in the hips. Rest your elbows down on the ground. Take the left hand to your heart and the right hand to your belly. And just close your eyes for a moment. And here, as you release the weight of your body down into the floor, feel your belly rise and fall. As the breath comes in and out. Remembering here your own innate goodness. And all of those that you serve. Knowing that it's just as important to take care of yourself. So we'll move slowly through this practice. I want you to listen to your body as we go through, only going as deep into postures as it feels good to you. Feel all of the places that your body connects with the mat, and underneath that, the layers of the building that you're in, maybe your home. And underneath that, the earth. Maybe you keep the eyes closed, or maybe you open them. I want you to draw the right knee in and pull it in close. Steer it just a little bit right. And at the other end of the body, stretch your left leg out long. Just noticing the sensations. Bend the left knee, bring the left foot flat. Release the right knee, set the right foot down flat. Gather the left knee in, pull down, steer it a little bit left, and then stretch the right leg out long on the floor. Right? For some, the leg might be floating up off the ground. If you're more open in the front of the right hip, that foot can come down on the ground. And then draw the right foot flat again, bending the knee. Release the left knee down or left foot down. Move your feet so they're hip distance apart, and just take your arms down by your sides. And have the feet face straight ahead. Draw a full breath into your body. And on your exhale, push into the soles of the feet and just lift the hips part way up off the ground, so not going too far. Then you can scoot your shoulders a little closer together underneath you. Turn your palms to the sky. Maybe the hips are able to lift a little higher, but stay nice and smooth through the low back. Right? We do a lot of carrying of things as moms. So maybe it's been a while since you've opened the front side of your body. Inhale. And as you exhale, slowly unwind the spine until the hips come back down on the mat. The pelvis is stable and steady. Gather your knees in. Go ahead and take the knees off to one side and extend your opposite arm out. I'm going to get my blocks and just show you if this is a little too much on your low back, this twist, you can put a block underneath your outer leg, the bottom leg, and then another block right between your knees. Arms go out. If the neck is free, take your gaze out over your right extended arm, palm up. I find that as mamas, we're usually juggling a whole bunch of things, moving at a pretty fast pace. Here, I want you to just settle in and enjoy a little more quiet. Okay, you guys, bring your head back to center. Draw your abdominals down. If you're using blocks, you can just move them out of the way or move them to the other side. Draw the knees back to center, and then you'll take your knees over here to the other side. Extend your opposite arm out. Add blocks if needed. Allowing each of these shapes to be nourishing, balancing. Gather your abdominals in. Use that strength to draw it back to center. Take your hands around, so the knees are in, take your hands around to the insides of the legs. You'll cross your ankles and just send your legs long, and you'll add a little rock here. You'll swing the feet over your face and up and come all the way up, and you're going to come around to hands and knees. Now, if you have sensitive knees and you have a blanket or a really big beach towel will work too. You can put that underneath your knees. Inhale, let the belly drop just a little bit. Stick out the rear, reach the heart forward, lift your gaze. And on the exhale, round the spine, tuck your pelvis, tuck your chin. Let's do that again. Inhale, make it more of a back bend. Exhale, round, tuck the pelvis, tuck the chin. Listen, this will be a little bit different. Inhale, heart forward, sitting bones back. On the exhale, round up toward the sky, and at the very end, bring the hips back toward the heels. Child's pose. Inhale, bring it back up. Let the belly drop a little bit. Broaden your collarbones. Exhale, round up toward the sky, and then bring the hips back toward the heels. Extended child's. Let's keep this going 2 more times, coming back up all fours. Inhale. Exhale. Up, and then drawing back. Last one. Inhaling back up, slow and steady, no rush at all. Exhale, round. Stay here in your extended child's pose, and if you have trouble getting the forehead toward the earth, you can add a block. If having the arms in really too close or right out of the shoulders is too much, go even wider. Right? Why wouldn't you? And lift your head up wherever you are. Walk your hands around to the diagonal left, and I really want you to take that right arm out and over so you can create space between the ribs on the right side of the body. Shift the hips toward the right off of those heels, and then you can fold down. Again, if this is too much, you just add a block. Come up a little higher. Notice your breath. With all that we're doing and carrying and handling, often the breath sort of runs up to the top of the chest and breathes you in this rapid, shallow way. So we want to take a moment here and make that deeper, more satisfying and fulfilling. Go ahead and lift the head up. And you're going to walk your hands around, first back to the center, draw a breath in. And then on the exhale, you'll take it over to the diagonal left so that your body, your torso, makes this crescent shape. You shift the hips over to the left as well. Anchor them down. And imagine when you breathe that you can breathe space between the ribs on the left side of the body. You can let the head come down. All right, lift the head up, walk it back to center. Come forward to hands and knees. Go ahead, you're gonna come off of your blanket, if you have that under the knees, and come all the way down now to the ground, onto your belly. Stretch your legs back behind you. Come up onto your forearms. As you stretch the legs long and click your toenails down, the kneecaps lift. Press your pubic bone down, draw your lower belly in. Now with the elbows underneath the shoulders or moving toward that direction as you create more space in the front of your body, push into the elbows, lengthen the spine, draw it up, and maybe you can pull it forward just a little bit as you dig your elbows in and move them as if you're trying to move them to your hips, but they're not going to move very far. Breathe here. One more inhale. Just creating this great space on the front of the body. And on the exhale, lower down. You'll make a pillow out of your hands and take the left knee and slide it out to the left. So I don't really know if this pose has a name, but I call it stealing the whole bed pose. Go ahead and let the forehead come down. Maybe you turn your left cheek down into the floor. Release the weight of your body down, relaxing, especially the legs. And pressure on the belly like this is an immediate soother of the nervous system. So just remembering ways to reduce our stress in life. Help us feel more calm. And gather your abdominals in, and you're going to lengthen that left leg out long. So the legs are long, one next to the other. Lift your head. Slide your right knee around to the right. And this time you'll set your right temple down onto the backs of your hands. Release down. Where could you soften that you might still be holding? Just noticing here on the mat the parts of you that stay, clenched or tight. And sending extra love and support there to dissolve that tension. These might be the same places that you hold, your body off the mat. So just noticing here. And draw your belly in. Lift your head. Slide the right leg out long. You're going to roll all the way over now onto your back. So here you are on your back. You feel your back fully supported. These are great poses because when the spine is supported, there's always a greater amount of safety in the pose, a feeling of groundedness. So extend your right leg up in the air. And then you're going to turn the right toes out and cross your right ankle just above your left knee. And there's a hole in the legs. Draw the lower belly down. Maybe you raise your head to do this. Take the right hand through the hole in your legs, the left hand around the outside. You'll grab the back of the left knee, or maybe you have more space and you can grab the front of the left shin. Set the head down, tuck your chin down, pull down. Most of us feel this in the right hip. Breathe here. Remembering to root the pelvis. So when you pull the legs in, you don't pull the whole, all of the legs and the pelvis up off the ground. You can close the eyes. Add a little motion left and right now. So just feeling how the sensation shifts a little bit. There are layers of muscles here in the glutes. So feeling that different angle as we lengthen the different muscles. Bring it back to center. Listen. Keep the cross of the legs, but just release the foot. Set the left foot down. And you're going to use your left hand and grab onto your right ankle. And then you'll take your right arm out to the side. Draw your abdominals in so you can use the support of your core as you lower your legs over to the left. Now you can use your block if you want a little bit less sensation. And you can just put the block right underneath your foot and the outer left thigh. Once you have the legs in place, just relax the legs. Keep holding onto the ankle though. Move the right knee away from the tip of your nose. And then stretch the right arm overhead. Reach it. So you're moving the right knee and the right fingertips in opposite directions. If you have little ones at home, it's really important that our children see us taking care of ourselves. Right? They learn from watching us at any age. Release this. Draw your abdominals in. Use that strength. Bring the legs back to center. Uncross the legs. Take the left leg straight and long. Turn the toes out. Cross the left ankle just above the right knee. Use your abdominals to draw the legs in. Maybe you have to raise your head, right? Left hand through the hole in your legs, right hand around the outside. Hold on to the back of the thigh or the front of the shin, right? Pull everything in. I'll show this version. Pull everything in, set the head down, tuck the chin down, but be sure to anchor your pelvis down. Softening the inside of the mouth. Noticing the breath, inviting it to take up space in your body. And we'll add a little motion here. Take the hips a little bit to the right and a little bit to the left. Just feeling, maybe noticing how tight your hips are. Maybe it's been a while since you've opened your hips, done some stretching. Carved out time to dissolve tension and return to center. Okay, you guys, come back to center. Uncross the legs. Or sorry, just let go of the legs. Keep them crossed. Take your right hand, hold on to your left ankle, right? Draw your belly in, and you'll take the legs over to the right, right? And the sole of the foot finds the earth. The legs come down. Maybe you put a block underneath, and then take your left arm first out to the side. If that feels good to you, you can leave it there, or stretch your left arm overhead on the floor above you and move your left knee away from your left fingertips. Creating space here, right above the left hip. And release this. You'll release your hold on the ankle, use your abdominals, draw the left leg back, draw the right leg back, draw both knees in, take them wide and rock a little side to side. Then come to center here. Pull the legs down, take your hands around to the insides of your legs. Then you're gonna keep the knees coming towards your shoulders as you take your feet, and maybe they're way up here, right? Like, or maybe the legs are wider, only you know, but try and turn the soles of the feet up toward the sky. Maybe you can grab your ankles, root your pelvis down. Some of you will have more space and you can grab the outside edges of the feet and pull down. You can stay here if this feels really good, or if you have more space, you can use your fingers to grab onto your big toes, hold on tight, and start to take the legs wide apart from one another and allow them to get a little longer, right? But you can do this even holding onto the ankles. You can even hold on to the backs of the knees to do this. So find something that works for you. Reach long, tuck your chin, and then bend the knees again. Set the feet down. Then gather the right knee back in and stretch your left leg long. And switch the legs. So left knee in, hold on to it, right leg long. Draw the right knee in, roll over onto your side. So this is where the fun comes in. So if you have props, like your big pillows here, you'll lie them, you'll put them in line with the mat. If you'd like a little lift and you have a block, you can put a block or some blankets under this one side. So I'm going to lift up the one side. I think it feels really nice. Then you'll come around and put your lower back up against the end of the prop. And you can have a bolster too. So those of you that have, yoga props at home, you can put your bolster like this. And then you'll go ahead and lie back, knees bent. First option here is to take the feet wide and let the knees fall together. Arms down by your sides, palms up. So just see how that feels here. Maybe you stay here, super restorative in this shape. Those of you who want a little more sensation in the inner groin, you could bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees go wide. If you have a bunch of extra props, you could even prop up under your hips here. And then close your eyes. Allow your breath to soften. Open through the chest. Open in heart. We'll settle into a moment of quiet here so we can integrate and absorb all of the gifts of this restorative practice. But more than anything, remembering how important it is to take time for yourself. And very gently begin to grow your breath. And if the knees happen to be wide, slip your hands under your thighs, help the knees closer together. Move the feet wider, knees come together. And then everybody roll over onto your side off of your props. And pause here. Let's scoot back just a little here. And then use your arms. Go ahead and press yourself up to seated. And we'll close seated in a cross-legged or kneeling position. You choose what works best for you. And find your seat. Feel your sitting bones root down. Grow your spine long. Level your chin. And just bring your hands together in front of the heart. And bow your head slightly to all the ways that you show up in support of the world. Of your two-leggeds, your four-leggeds, and out into the community. Thanks so much for being here. Namaste.